Okay, not that one. Okay, so let's get right into it. There's been a lot of controversy ever since the fight with Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston 2 about Muhammad Ali's so-called phantom punch or anchor punch. A lot of people say that the punch looked soft. It's no way that that would have put Sonny Liston down. They're saying that the fight was fixed. Okay, so we're gonna get into the whole thing. So the bigger question that we're gonna get into is, was the fight fixed? Did Sonny go in there to lay down? Now, that's the bigger question. Now, was the actual Phantom Punch fake? I'm gonna say from my experience, I've been boxing my whole life. I'm a professional boxer myself, undefeated. That punch did land. That punch did land on Sonny Liston. But now the question we can't say is, was it enough to hurt Sonny Liston? Now, we're gonna get into that. So you see, this is Ali is gonna come over the left jab with the overhand right. Now here it is. I want you to look closely. Boom. Now you see Sonny Liston, his jaw, his head jerked back from the impact. And look at Muhammad Ali arm. You're gonna see the vibration go through his arm, through his chest, and vibrate his muscles. You see that? So yes, that was a hard punch. That punch did land. It in fact did land. So was the punch fake? No. But the question is, was that really enough to hurt or put down Sonny Liston? Or did Sonny Liston want to stay down? Did he get paid? Was the fight fixed for him to not get up or fake it, get out of there quickly, or what? That's what we're gonna get into. Now, first, we're gonna get to the controversy of how old was Sonny Liston. Now, Sonny Liston was pretty old at the time. He claimed to be 32 years old at the time of, I think, the first fight, even not the second fight, which was a year later. But a lot of people said believe that his age was actually closer to around 34. And there's actually some book, I think in the latest books, a lot of people say that his age was actually closer to 37 to 40 when he fought Ali. So we're just gonna read some random articles. Um, There's no official record of Sonny Liston's birth. His family home, stayed in Arkansas, did not make birth certificates mandatory until 1965. His family, not one Sonny Liston can be found in the 1930 census, and in the 1940 census, he's listed as 10 years old. It has been suggested Liston himself may have not known what year he was born. He was not precise on the matter. Liston believed this date of his birth to be May 8th, 1932, and he used it for official purposes. But at the time he won the title, was an aged appearance added credits to rumors that he was actually several years older. One writer concluded that Liston's most plausible date of birth was July 22, 1930, citing census records and statements from his mother during her lifetime. Now, Sonny Liston was viewed as looked at as a monster before fighting Ali. He was a crusher. He crushed small Floyd Patterson, even though Floyd Patterson was a lot smaller. Floyd Patterson was like 25 pounds lighter than Sonny Liston. He crushed him. Sonny Liston was he was like a Mack truck. Everybody was scared of this guy. There's no way that that one punch from Muhammad Ali was going to put this guy down. This here what let's hear what George Foreman said.
Sonny Liston, first role model I had. No doubt the scariest human being I've met in the ring. The only man to make me back up consistently. Sonny Liston had this dynamic jab, the left jab. He'd get you going and you could not stop him. And then if you try to overcrowd him, he'd hit you with his right hand. And it was really strong and powerful man. Probably the strongest heavyweight I'd ever dealt with. Sonny Liston didn't talk much at all. He kind of look at you and you say, well, I don't want that. And he wasn't putting on being mean. He was just not the nicest fella you'd meet. And I said, if that's the way you're going to have to be heavyweight champ of the world, I'm going to be that.
Now let's hear what Muhammad Ali said about Sonny Liston. Now, Muhammad Ali said he was scared of Sonny Liston before he even fought him. All of the gimmicks that Muhammad Ali did was it was just an act to psych out Sonny Liston, and it worked. That's when Muhammad Ali was the master of manipulation in the ring.
Sonny Liston was, before I fought him, considered one of the greatest fighters in history. Sonny Liston had a punch that knocked out Floyd Patterson just about one round twice. One fist was as big as both of mine. Everybody was scared of him.
Were you scared of Liston?
Scared to death. That's Sonny Liston. Think that's the second fight when I knocked him out 1 minute in the first round. Now, that was a sharp right hand that nobody could see. What were you saying there, Muhammad? I said, get up, you big ugly bird. Get up and fight. I was hoping you wouldn't get up.
Let's hear what Mike Tyson says about Sonny Liston.
Believe it or not, before Ali came on the scene, this guy was a monster. This guy was oh man, he was a juggernaut. He didn't even have to hit the guy. Only thing he had to do was to walk in a circle around him until they dropped dead of a heart attack. He was just a mean. Listen, this is a bad man. This man right here is really a bad man, inside the ring and out. This guy terrorizes cities by himself. Police try to question him. He knocks them out. He breaks their jaw. This is a guy that you read about in fables and stuff. This is a real bad man right here. He made boxing look so easy. He made it look very easy. This is the Mike Tyson of the 60s, late 50s, right here.
So Sonny Liston was a killer. Now this is him in the first fight against Patterson. Now I want you. And another thing about this fight, like Patterson was a little guy. Patterson was like 185. Sonny Liston was like 218. But look at the size difference. Like Sonny Liston he was a very powerful Mack truck, bone crushing, intimidating guy. Just look at the stare down.
Now, you boys received your instructions from the Illinois State Athletic Commission. I'm here to enforce them. I want a clean break at all times. I want no rabbit punching or kidney punching. Be careful of your low blows. They may cost you a round. In case of a knockdown, I want you to go to your...
He looked like he's just staring them dead in his eye.
Curtis corner and stay there till I tell you to come out fighting. Also, in case of a knockdown, you must take an 8
Boxing is all psychological.
count. That understood? Any questions? Shake hands, come out fighting, and good luck to both of you.
The champion is wrestling.
Now this is Sonny Liston before, right? I think a year or two before the Ali fight, destroying the then heavyweight champion Floyd Patterson for the second time in the first round.
The challenger's long right hand grazes the champion's chin, but Liston's countering left hook is on target and sets up the second.
Oh, that's getting ugly. He all over that guy.
Knockdown.
Now, they say Patterson didn't even want to fight Liston again the second time. After the first time, he didn't want no more. But I guess they had a rematch clause or so much money involved that he had to fight him a second time. Now, I also want to give Patterson his kudos because he didn't just go in there to fall. He did take a big beating from Sonny Liston. He got up 3 times, 2 or 3 times. And he's a smaller guy, much smaller.
Two jarring right hands are followed by the knockout blow, the left uppercut.
He don't stand a chance. See, I've been boxing my whole life, so I know like people that's built like Sonny Liston are very strong. They hit very, very hard. It's not really the people who look all bulky and muscular. It's the people who got that build like Sonny Liston, who are kind of like a husky build. Those people hit really hard. This dude is a monster. This dude is a beast. This is before the just going into the Ali fight, before the fight with Ali.
That cold rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor one. And God, I know I'm one. A traitor. She saw my new blue jeans. My father
It's like a jackhammer.
was a gambling man down in New Orleans.
But Sonny Liston at this.
This is why Sonny Liston is viewed as one of the top 5, and most people regard as one of the top 5, or at least top 10 heavyweights of all time. Devastating power. But anyway, so going into the first fight with Ali versus Sonny. Before we get into the shenanigans of the first fight, Muhammad Ali won. As dangerous and as strong as Sonny Liston was, he was never going to beat Ali. Ali styles make fights. Ali style was the worst matchup for a flat-footed fighter like Sonny Liston to fight. Muhammad Ali is taller, or a little taller, just a little longer, a lot faster, and a lot faster on his feet, more agile. You know, Muhammad Ali will dance around the ring around this person. And keep in mind, now Sonny Liston, they already said, well, we're gonna get into it later on, but he wasn't training, he was overconfident. Most of the people he was fighting before this, he was knocking everybody out in the first round. So in the whole 2 years before this fight, he only fought like a total of like 6 or 7 minutes. He was overconfident. He thought that he was gonna beat Ali in the first round. He wasn't training, drinking, and doing all this other stuff, according to what I heard. So he was not prepared for this fight. He so-called he had injuries, but regardless of all that fight, he was never going to beat Ali. Ali's cardio is just too good, and he's just too fast, and he's too fast on his feet. Now, this is the fight in the first fight where they say that Sonny Liston had blinded Ali. They said that his corner had put some type of controlled substance on his gloves, which blinded Ali. So many theorize that the substance used on Liston's cuts by his trainer Joe Polino, his cut man, may have been inadvertently caused the irritation that blinded Clay in round 4. Joe Polino had used Montsil solution on that cut. Now, what had happened was that probably the kid put his forehead leaning in on the guy because Liston was starting to wear in those body shots, and my kid sweating profusely. It went in both eyes. So they trying to say that they say his quarterman says that it wasn't done intentionally. He put the solution on Sonny Liston's cuts, and when Sonny Liston would lean on Ali, it would drip down into Ali's eyes because they both was drenched in sweat. Whether it was done intentionally or unintentionally, I don't know. Sonny Liston, his corner, he was into the underworld. Unfortunately, his contract was with the mob, so who knows what those dudes would pull. Boxing was really dirty back in those days. So this guy, 2 days later after the fight, heavyweight contender Eddie Mukin said he believed that Liston handlers made deliberate use of illegal medication to temporarily blind Clay. He says, the same thing happened to me when I fought Liston in the 60s. I thought my eyes would burn out of my head, and Liston seemed to know it would happen. He theorized that Liston's handlers would rub the medication on his shoulders, which would then be transferred to his opponent's forehead during clinches and drip into the eyes. Clay did the worst thing when he started screaming and let Liston know that it worked, Buchanan said. But I didn't do that. I was a seasoned pro. I hid it from Liston. It's noteworthy that Mukin did not mention the eye burning problem immediately after his fight with Liston, citing an injury to his arm as contributing to his defeat. So this guy who says that Sonny Liston used the blinding solution to blind him a few fights earlier, interesting that even though he says that he did that, he never mentioned that after his fight. When he lost to Sonny Liston, he contributed the reason him losing was because of his shoulder. He never mentioned anything about not seeing. And also in this fight with Ali, you have a lot of people and Liston in his camp was complaining about he was old, he wasn't training, and he had shoulder injuries. And maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Sports Illustrated writer Tex Muir wrote that Liston's shoulder injury was legitimate. He cited Liston's inability to lift his arm. There was no doubt that Liston's arm was damaged. A team of 8 doctors inspected Liston's arm at St. Francis Hospital in Miami Beach and agreed that it was too badly damaged for Liston to continue fighting. A torn tendon had bled down into his mass of the biceps, swelling and numbing the arm. Those findings were confirmed in a formal investigation immediately after the fight by Florida State Attorney Richard Gerstein, who also noted that there was little doubt that Liston went into the fight with a sore or lame shoulder. Despite Liston carrying an injury and being undertrained, Ali stated in 75 that this was the toughest fight ever. Okay, where is it? Okay, I can't find it, but somewhere is in here. It was saying that years later down the line, one of Sonny Liston's cornerman said that the whole thing about him not wanting to continue to fight because of his shoulder was bullshit that they made up on the spot. You all can check that for yourself. So let's get back to the first fight with Sonny Liston and Ali. This is after Ali couldn't see and the solution had wore off, and he got back to working Sonny Liston. This fight is a big mismatch. Sonny Liston was not trained. He could not keep up with Ali. By this time in the fight, Sonny Liston had slowed down a lot. He even started backing up. Ali had this fight in the bag. Sonny Liston was a horrible matchup for Ali. At this point, Sonny Liston is just getting beat up. He's tired, and he's being embarrassed.
Play with a variety of punches. We call them combinations.
He got huge whelps under his eyes. He's embarrassed. He's never been embarrassed like this before. And I could tell you from fighting so long, being embarrassed in the fight is a horrible feeling.
Punches together. That's his strong point. Cassius plays still with the faster hand and the better legs, or at least the
Look, this is at this point is almost target practice for Ali.
faster legs. I'll correct myself on that one. So in the sixth round, the champion has only 30 seconds to go.
So if you don't know the story, this is the first fight. So Sonny Liston is gonna spit his mouthpiece out and refuse to continue to fight, and refuse to continue to fight. So Ali wins the first one. Now let's get into the second fight, the Phantom Punch, the most controversial punch or fight in all of boxing. What this whole video is about. Now I want you to note that the Phantom Punch. Now Ali must have been studying Sonny Liston even more, because as soon as the bell rings, Ali opens up with the overhand right, or the Phantom Punch as he calls it.
Score the fight here on a 10-point must scoring system in Maine. 10 for the winner of the round, 9 on down for the loser. If you're going to score with us, well, get your pencil and pad handy.
A couple years ago, I ended up in a motorcycle accident. I didn't have health insurance at the time, and now I have a plan that keeps me.
We're waiting for that bell for round one. Here we go.
See?
We're waiting for that bell for round one. Here we go.
Right there.
We're waiting for that
Ali
bell for round one. Here we go.
The overhand right Phantom Punch.
We're waiting for that bell for round one. Here we go.
So no, that overhand right is no mistake. That is a real punch. It did land.
Sonny Liston. Knockdown, ladies and gentlemen, a right-hand shot. A right-hand shot on the chin.
So now we concluded that phantom punch, the overhand right, it was not fake. It did land. It did hit hard. But did it really hurt Sonny Liston that hard, that much? Or did he just not want to get up?
Jersey
I want
Shore
you to
all
look at
cuts.
Sonny Liston.
Sonny cannot move. Check the time.
Now that whole flopping on the ground seems a little fake. Obviously, that was so fucking fake because if you know anything about boxing, if you flop around on the ground like that, that basically means that you can't stand anymore. So now all of a sudden, he stands back up firmly and is able to, or at least go into defense against Ali with firm legs. He should have collapsed right back down as soon as he got touched, but that's not what happened. So before we get into more information, I'm just gonna say that Sonny Liston, he did not want no more Ali. At this point in his career and his life, he was done. So leading up to this fight, um, Sonny Liston was arrested for speeding and possession of a gun, and apparently he's getting in trouble and drinking and hanging around with prostitutes the whole time during his training camp. Then you had back and forth going with Muhammad Ali and the Nation of Islam. You know, that whole thing, and with Sonny Liston being involved in the underworld with the mob, them going back and forth. We will never know if Sonny Liston got paid to take a dive or what. We'll never know. But what is some rumors that they did say that Nation of Islam had threatened Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston at this point in his life just didn't want to be involved in this type of stuff, so he went ahead and took a dive. Some people say the mob paid him to take a dive. We'll never know. There was a lot of death threats towards Muhammad Ali and Sonny Liston going into this second fight. So a lot of people are angry and upset during this fight because it was over so quick. You know, the fight was over before you knew it. See, where is that at? Let's see, where was that at? That had Sonny Liston speaking about the Phantom Punch in the second fight. Where was that at? Sorry about the delay. After former champion Rocky Marciano changed his view about the knockout punch after seeing videotape the next day. I didn't think it was a powerful punch when I saw the fight from ringside, Marciano said. Now, after seeing the video, I think Clay, seeing the opening, snapped the punch the last 6 inches, and added that he still didn't think it was a knockout punch, though, and neither do I. Ali did not think that he knocked Liston out. In his own words in Thomas Hauser's 1991 biography, quote, "The punch jarred him. It was a good punch, but I didn't think I'd hit him so hard that he couldn't have gotten up. Once he went down, I got excited. I forgot about the rules." In the same book, Liston quoted 2 years after the fight. Here it is. Ali knocked me down with a sharp punch. I was down, but not hurt. But I looked up and saw Ali standing over me. Ali was waiting to hit me. The ref can't control him. Dave Anderson said he saw Liston in Las Vegas in 1967 and asked him what happened. Quote, "It wasn't that hard of a punch, but it partially caught me off balance, and when I got knocked down, I got mixed up because the referee never gave me a count." And if you watch the video, you can see that. Liston said, "I was listening for a count. That's the first thing you do. But I never heard a count because Clay never went to the neutral corner." So Liston told him that he lost simply because the timekeeper couldn't count. And I can believe that because now you hear from Sonny Liston's mouth, the punch, it did hit him, but it wasn't enough to punch him out. And you see on the video, the referee did not count immediately. So that's where the funny behavior from Liston comes. So Liston says that's why after that, Sonny Liston continued to fight. So basically, that whole fight is kind of the referee's fight. That Phantom Punch was never enough to put down Sonny Liston. It might have hurt him. Sonny Liston wasn't going to win regardless, but that punch was not as hard as people made it out to be. Mark Cram of Sports Illustrated says Sonny Liston told him, "That guy Ali was crazy. I didn't want anything to do with him, and the Muslims were coming up. Who needed that? So I went down. I wasn't hit." So maybe the rumors about the Black Muslims or the Nation of Islam threatening Sonny Liston, maybe that was true. Because here he says the Black Muslims were coming up. Who needed that? So I went down. So what does that mean? I'll let you read in between the lines. Not saying that they did, not saying that they didn't, but who knows? Let's hear what, I don't think this is Leon Muhammad, who was around this time. Let's see what he say about Sonny Liston.
Hell, they did it done. But what I'm saying, yes, personally, Leon Muhammad, who's been around this camp, been around both fighters, and been around people down for the years. Personally, I think he did. Sonny did not train like he trained for that first fight. To say he was told, to throw it to Zavis. In my mind, I believe in my heart that he was told to do it, but I have no proof. And as a Muslim, I stand on right and I stand on truth and facts.
Gotcha.
But as a fighter and a fighter that done trained fighter and advised and co-managed fighters and world champions, personally, I believe he threw the fight.
Why?
Just want to get out of there.
No, why do you think he did it?
I think Sonny threw the fight on his behalf is that he was sick of what was going on.
In what regard?
Sonny was a happy guy in the ring and a happy guy at the bar. In life, all Sonny went through had beat him down. Had Sonny didn't have that father, none, my personal opinion, I don't think Sonny would have got the Fort Palace. He would have been knocked out somebody in the bar and back in the penitentiary.